team of a legend. And then, you know, we kind of, I say we as if I had anything to do with this, but he got buffed up a bit signature-wise, and then, you know, slowly the power started creeping, but the weapon combination is one of those things that have always been holding him back, because normally when you have a weapon like Gauntlets or a weapon like Katars, you want it paired with another weapon that's able to get the KOs a lot easier, like a hammer or an axe or something like that. But when you got two string weapons, people were like, I don't really know.
Right.
But then we were just like, all right, well, what if we gave him two string weapons and then just
the best signatures
that just go boom. Yeah. It's just like, all right, well, yeah, I guess that solves the problem, huh?
Yeah, I mean, second Caspian on the stream, as Flambeau mentioned. We did get one earlier in the EU bracket, which was a sight for sure. And we're already seeing SAC with a decent damage lead that was immediately equalized by Loris. Off stage, maybe no movement left. Yeah, can barely touch the wall, and that's going to be first strike going over to SAC.
And this is kind of fun too, right? Because I think we're also used to seeing Lores on that Kaya. But now, you know, on the Hattori, which it's been a minute, man. I'm going to keep it a buck. I can't tell you the last time I saw Hattori in the top 8 of anything. I think it might have been Java in 2s maybe like a year and a half ago.
Hang on. It's crazy offstage happening in the meantime.
Wow.
We saw a lot of work coming out of the Katars from SAC as he'll finally get the sundown on that stock. Loris, the weapon toss to secure it.
Oh, and we're going to go ahead and tack on this double-ended lightsaber as well. Darth Maul cooking real here. Hold on.
Oh, weapon toss connects. No burn dodge, but no movement either. That's the second time Loris just pushed a little bit too far away without enough movement economy to spend to make it back towards the wall for a reset.
Yeah, it's honestly a bit unfortunate. I feel like Loris, I'm looking at him, and it's looking like he's about to get things started, and the next thing I know, he's off stage without any resources, not even a mix-up to get back to the stage with. And so we'll see if he's able to bring things back. SAC is just looking like quite the tough customer here. I don't know, what a play, right? Going off stage with that end light and then still getting the chase dog read into the recovery back onto the stage. But Loris is bringing it back.
Off stage, no one knows. Oh my gosh, get clipped, bro. Okay, SAC trying to close it out with the gauntlets now. Didn't quite get there in time. Still hanging on to a really significant lead, though.
Okay, at this point, this is hard to come back from. I mean, Hattori doesn't have a whole lot of defense, despite the fact that we're in the defense stance here from Loris. It's going to be a bit of a tough comeback to make here, because at this point you get hit by a D-Light recovery on the gauntlets. That'll likely be more than enough here. And the Katars, you know, you get hit by an N-Light or even any SIG from Caspian, and that'll be the game. I could start just throwing outside SIGs like 3 times in a row here, even if I'm SAC.
Just kind of wait for it at this point. Tries to cover the edge once again.
Goes for N-Sig this time, trying to read a jump. Recovery's going to hit, and that's game, right? Like, just that's how you have to play when you have a lead like that, right? Like, you can just start throwing out KO option after KO option, because even if your opponent knows it's coming, it's honestly really taxing on the mental stack to be able to avoid every single attempt that someone is using to try to knock you out. So,
okay, SAC up 1. And didn't get to talk about the head-to-head between these two, but it actually is 9-7 in favor of Loris. And we're also talking about the mid-season champ, by the way, who just went down a game versus SAC. So interesting turnout for sure. PR1 in South America up against PR number 8 in SAC.
Yeah, SAC, you know, at CEO walking out with both belts, you know? It kind of carried the spirit of Kaina at the previous mid-season championship, now going up against SAC and, you know, seemingly struggling, but now getting a bit of momentum, at least positioning-wise, still down in damage, but only narrowly. Whoa, what a drop on the D-Light there, but plays right through it as if nothing happened.
So we're seeing a lot of burn dodges after like 2 hits of the string, and I wonder if SAC is going to start clocking that now and maybe just kind of going for those weights that Qatar players are so good at. Wow. Really long button. That's an easy punish for first strike. Yeah, that's that down sig from Hattori. You know, people get used to seeing the cloud of smoke, but, you know, Darth Maul just does a couple twirlies, you know, and SAC even has time to charge the gravity cancel on the N-Sig because the SIG takes so long. But there we go. Speaking of, though, Loris answers right back. Does promote the small weapon starve, and we do have the spear back online. Okay. Nice little opening from SAC, gets that side air. Loris trying to gain some sort of positioning on the ground. Gets a side light, doesn't get the punish following afterward. That's the hard part, right? When you get the dodge. That time we saw SAC just did a spot dodge in place when he got hit by the side light, so maybe the next time we'll see Loris wait. For sure. Off stage. Oh no, that was so risky, brother. That was crazy. What the heck? That was not good.
But sometimes that happens, right? Like sometimes you go for a crazy wake-up option because you think it's going to catch your opponent unaware. But then when it doesn't work, ooh, especially a committal move like spear sidelight, like you really give them a lot of time to react to what's happening.
Also, credit to SAC for just kind of knowing that it was cooked at that point. He said, you know what, I got to close this stock out. I'm not even going to give you an opportunity to hit me and chase dodge up or anything like that. So, as the dust settles, SAC in orange, I would say it's a pretty good lead once again.
Okay, this time dodge is down after the sidelight. Loris has not been able to get a read on the dodge patterns of SAC. Gets a side sig though, and it's not enough to knock out Hattori. Kind of notoriously a legend that struggles with having any oomph on any of her signatures. He has great coverage, it's a great speed on some of them, but it's the KO knockout power is kind of where she struggles. But either way, Loris is able to find a side air with that spear and bring things back to even stocks.
Yeah, a lot of the turnaround D-lights. Where are you going?
Oh, no.
Where are you going? Okay. I got scared for a second, Flambo. I wasn't sure.
What? I cannot believe that neutral sig did not hit.
Okay, SAC making the best out of a potentially really bad situation with that offstage. Recovery is going to disarm.
Yeah, and he's one more Qatar recovery or any Qatar sig. That down sig almost catching, scares Loris back onto the stage. Immediate side sig afterward, right? That's the affordance of playing Caspian, right?
We saw the full signature kit for what it's worth. All three of them in that one little string. It was let me cover the edge, then let me cover my back, and then let me just do one for celebration at the very end. So. Crazy stuff. SAC already up 2-0. One of the big things I noticed with Loris's spear in particular, and I do want to pull up the stats to see, because the spear actually was out damaging his sword. A lot of these like side switching, the turnaround D-lights that he was going for with on the spear just weren't working. Like he wasn't hitting pretty much any of them, right? So either that SAC not burning a dodge where Loris expects him to, or just do the move and you're gonna get the hit, you know?
Yeah, you know, at this point, I think if I'm Loris and I'm landing these sidelights and I'm not like confident in my ability to get the read, this is where you start going for a bit of a softer read, right? Like that recovery you went for right there. That's a good option to go for. Sometimes you go for a jump nair and that'll cover a good amount of the dodge options, not all of them, but like roughly a third of them, right? And so those are good plays to go for when you're having a bit tougher of a time getting the hard punishes. But speaking of hard punishes, SAC getting that side sig yet again on the Loris. The Caspian signature kit proving to be so scary to deal with.
Yeah, it's so scary that he can really flowchart it down to, okay, I'll down sig to cover the ledge or cover the edge of the stage, and then I'll just side sig when you go above it, right? And that's pretty much it.
Because they're hard sigs to punish, especially with a weapon like Spear where, you know, the dead zones of it can be a little bit tricky. If you don't have time to nair, sometimes you just have to take positioning as your punish.
But all told, Loris actually gets his first strike of the set. So he has a pretty gentle lead so far. Made a little bit larger by the fact that he finds this. There is the switch he gets with the recovery instead, as you pointed out.
Okay, comes in. Wow, what a read. Pops him with the knife throw. And just like that, sending Loris down to a second stock. But Loris with a lead this time in the set. Hopefully going to be able to play with it and really make some meaningful changes. Has the sword in hand now, gets caught by the Qatars, but not going to take too much damage. Oh, but you can see he's swinging on the way down here. He's scared of retaliation from SAC. Oh, and just keeps coming up with a hitbox. Just refuses to just land on the stage.
That time a little bit late with the signature, so couldn't get up the same you know, setup that SAC was using earlier. A couple pogos from Loris. This is a weapon toss or just a wait. Side air will find it. Oh, charges it with the heavy, but can't get there with the stock because it was disarmed.
Now let's see, 1D light is the name of the game here. Even a side or down sig are pretty good options. Gets the end light, gonna force him off stage. And then maybe we go off stage, or we just wait in the corner and threaten with end light. Ooh, tried to chase him on the way down with the recovery, doesn't work, but here we go, resetting the situation. Gonna have to burn a lot to get to the edge here, just down air that, and taps it in. And now we have, yet again, a stock lead for Loris. It's the best game for him yet.
SAC keeping the head on a swivel, looking for a weapon spawn. Unfortunately, he was on the opposite side of the stage, so he's gonna have to fight unarmed for a little bit longer.
Man, SAC is scrapping unarmed here right now, man. I don't know what that end sig was, though.
He was looking for something, but recovery does find its mark. A second one, I mean, it's barely going to tickle at this point, but the damage is relevant.
Oh, great movement here from Loris. Doing great with his sword right now. Burns out the dodge with the weapon throw and then a ground pound. Can we close it up?
Yes, sir.
GG.
Okay. Loris on the board. A lot of really, really good adjustments, in particular with the early damage threshold spear play. So I'm glad that that was changed in this one game.
I agree, and it's always interesting. There are certain players that, like, I feel like are just way better when they're playing with a lead in comparison to when they're playing from behind. And so if they're able to kind of get on top early in the set and then just continue playing from that position, I think Loras is one of the best at doing that. I think we saw a similar thing in the previous set with Yuz, where it's like if you started off winning, you could really kind of, you know, exacerbate that position a little bit. But now going into game number 4, I mean, Loras effectively has to make the reverse 3-0 happen here to have a shot in the elimination finals. Oh, I love that attempt there. Tries to get the side into the wall for Pogo.
Weapon toss.
Still has
tries to cover the top. SAC covers that, but he dies so far deep. Is Loras going to go for it now? No, he has no movement. Okay.
Yeah, he said, I'm good. I got my wild touch. I'm back on the stage. That's all I want. And I get it. When you're, you know, down this far in the set, you don't really care to go for plays like that. Because it's like, what if I just make it even harder for me to make the comeback?
Exactly.
Oh,
but all
my
told,
God.
dude, yeah, SAC is like, I just don't care. I don't care. I'm going to keep going.
I do not know how we got through those knives, man.
And somehow threads it around the GCD light from Loras. Now in a pretty bad position. SAC can just go for the entire signature kit. Picks up the recovery for first strike. I mean, it was just resource management there, right? Nowhere to run, nowhere to hide as SAC picks up the first stock.
Yeah, a very different definition of a high-low mix-up, but it worked. We'll take it.
We have high and then a different high mixed up. That's it. Here comes SAC, though. Ground pound from downtown. Doesn't quite get there. The Nair covers it on the stack position once again. Ground pound again. Loras wants to go for the reversal hit. What are you doing, bro?
Oh! Jumps over that side sig here. You can see SAC definitely leaning into that signature kit of Caspian way more here, and Loras doing a great job of playing around it. Can't get the punch with that side light, but gets out of hit stun with that retaliatory pogo. Ooh, and just keeps pressing a button on the way down. He seems really scared, but hold on, it's working here. Burns the dodge, D-like ground pound.
Of course.
Gonna be the name of the game.
Oh, reliable. And I mean, the same thing you brought up earlier also applies when you're playing from behind, but now the risk tolerance has to be a little bit lower, right? You have to be like, I need to make a play happen. Otherwise, I'm just going to eventually bleed out and run out of stocks to lose the entire set.
Great conversion there from Loras, recognizing that SAC didn't have a dodge, goes for the gravity cancel D-light off the platform to get his full punish.
Loras a little bit more clued into that, at least the signature setup with the gauntlets online, but it didn't matter, right? The second stock ended exactly the same as the first with just a raw recovery to get the KO.
Okay, tournament stock for Loras here. Can he get this edge guard? That'd be put him in the best spot possible.
He needs it. Yeah, he really, really needs it. Like, he has to get a whip punish, really not take a lot of damage.
Man, people are scared of pressing that D-light button, I guess. They're like, oh, this move's... They think it's like dirt slow or something now, bro. Like, that move's still pretty good.
I mean, you still get it in Cero.
You know? But hey, he said, I'm going to take this end light. And you know what? Okay, but that could be the difference between all this damage you're taking now.
Yeah. This damage matters so much if you're SAC, right? Because even if you lose the stock, you're not really in the worst position at all.
Oh. We need one more hit here. Recovery will work from the corner. SAC is searching for it. Has the ability to throw something up. Gets punished for the end sig with a side sig. And that's kind of the affordance you get when you're able to dodge that sig downward. It means you get to the ground faster, and then you can get a grounded punish, right? But if you dodge it by going up or to the side around it, it's much harder to get a more meaningful punish like that. So that works out pretty good for Loras.
Okay, Loras trying to inch his way back into this game. SAC just not having any of it. Couple small neutral wins. Loras with the offstage goes for the pogo, doesn't connect.
Okay, twirling that baton around. Needs to get back down, manages to successfully do so. Getting these pogos is little bits of damage, but trading too much with SAC here. Double sidelight recovery is going to be the name of the game. That side sig would have ended it right there as well. Loras.
Oh, the step back. Okay, hang on.
Can't get the punches off the sidelight, man.
Yeah, he's just finding singular hits. That's not going to do it if you're Loras. You need to get one. Okay, here's offstage.
Oh, I would have bet it all right there. I'm not going to hold you. Okay.
Oh, SAC goes for all of it. The recovery doesn't get the KO on the ceiling, so SAC gets a shot, okay?
Doesn't let the recovery rip there. Throws his weapon away. This is a great position for Loras. Go for a grab cancel side sig. Smacks him in the face. Do we go for the pogo? No, goes for a turnaround recovery. Trying to get the knockout off the top. Trying to be tricky. Is it going to work? He throws away the weapon.
I'm losing my mind. This is crazy. Okay, Loras has no weapon. SAC threw it away. Goes for the recovery, and he closes this one out in 4. SAC will be advancing into Elimination Side Finals, taking out the mid-season champ.
Yeah, just could not hold on, right? The pressure was too much. That weapon throw of the spear, at that point, I think that's when Loras sold.
That was crazy.
Yeah.
That was insane.